Higher.
Can you go a bit higher?
If I go any higher, only dogs will hear me. Try. Higher. Jesus, how many more Galileos do you want? One more.
Man, this movie looks so good. That is a clip from the new Queen biopic, Bohemian Rhapsody. It tells the story of lead singer Freddie Mercury's life leading up to the band's 1985 appearance at Live Aid. Rami Malek brings the singer to life on the big screen. By all accounts, he's amazing. Kevin McCarthy got to go see the surviving members of Queen with the stars of the movie, and this morning he joins us now live from Toronto with all the details. Kevin, I'm so jealous. I saw your pictures with the band. This is very, very cool.
Yeah, good morning, Tony. Nothing makes me happier than hearing you read that intro while all the Galileos kept trailing underneath you. It was amazing to hear that. But yeah, it was an amazing event. I was in L.A. a couple days ago. I saw 30 minutes of footage of Bohemian Rhapsody, and then I flew to Vegas with the cast, including Rami Malek, and then we did interviews in Vegas, and then, as you mentioned, we met the original members of the band. We have some photos here. I believe some of the photos you're seeing are from the plane element at LAX when we were posed in front of that jet. That's not the jet that we actually flew on, but that was just a photo op that we did with the cast, including Rami Malek and the other cast members. But the craziest part, Tony, and I know that you were geeking out about this as well, was meeting Brian May and Roger Taylor. And there's some photos you're going to see here, the original members of Queen. They were incredibly cool, very, very nice. They're executive producers in the movie, and they're very, very happy with what they've seen. I've seen 30 minutes of it. It's insane. Rami Malek literally really becomes Freddie Mercury. It truly is amazing. So I spoke to Rami Malek and the cast about bringing this story to the big screen and what Queen song now means the most to them after playing these characters. Watch this. I was just telling you I'm nerding out about that shot at the top of Wembley Stadium as it comes down to you at the piano. So one, I want to talk about that shot specifically, but also how the music itself and the vocals were performed. I know Freddie's voice is in there. I'm curious because to me it's one of the best edits of what it looks like to see someone singing something and then hearing someone else's voice come through. How did that work on set, and kind of maybe getting to that shot specifically as well?
I personally realized early on that lip syncing does not look anything like the real thing, so every opportunity that I had to sing, or you see singing in the film, is me probably losing my voice. But for all of us, it took an immense amount of training. I mean, singing lessons, piano lessons, guitar lessons, bass lessons, drum lessons for Ben. It was just putting in the work to try to look like you have been playing these things for essentially all your life. Now, I think the realism of Live Aid only occurs because of the amount of practice and rehearsal we did. I mean, we watched Live Aid over and over and over, each one of us, and just continued to rehearse it as much as possible, because that was the first thing we shot in this film, was that shot you're talking about. That massive crane shot that goes right through Wembley and pulls up on me at the piano was the very first thing we ever did.
Now, I'm sure you guys have been getting a lot of questions about what's your favorite Queen song. I'm genuinely curious to know, after the filming ended, did a song of theirs that maybe you had liked or known about prior to the filmmaking of the movie mean more to you after the movie was done, and which song is it?
I feel like it's such an obvious one, but for me it was We Are the Champions, because Live Aid was my first day of filming and then the very last. So it kind of bookended the entire experience. And then hearing them do it and seeing them do it again was just, it was really emotional. And hearing that lyric especially, it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise, and after everything, it was just such a kind of exquisite finishing.
Yeah.
And for you, same?
I mean, for me, it was probably Love of My Life. that meant more to you at the end of the production?
Yeah, absolutely. Just because, you know, literally the final thing we shot was the two of these guys performing that in Rio. And literally, Rami needed to bow in character, and in that moment, we were all there, and we clapped for him, and we all came together and had this big hug. And so now every time I hear that, you know, I think of, you know, this production and these people and just everything that we went through. It really, and man, I listen to their whole catalog now. Like, we're just like becoming more obsessed with it instead of getting sick of it, which is sort of weird.
Two real fast, what song?
I'm the same way. I've listened to more Queen now than I ever have in my life, but unlike Joe, because of love of my life now, I can't listen to it because I'm worried I'm going to get emotional. And it's the one song that I have to just switch over to the next.
I just let myself get emotional.
You do.
I'm in the car by myself.
I just cry about it. Cry through it.
All right, so that's the cast of Bohemian Rhapsody. The woman you saw in the interview, Lucy Boynton, she plays Mary Austin, a very important person in Freddie Mercury's life. And it's a really, really incredible story. And we're going to have more from the cast coming up in the coming weeks. The movie hits theaters on November 2nd. And thanks for letting me share this with you guys. And Tony, I know you as a musician, you as a music person, can appreciate how big of a band, an amazing band Queen really is. So
they were huge with an amazing catalog beyond just the hits. All right, thank you very much, Kevin. Look forward to seeing the movie. Good to see you too. Get some rest.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, and as Kevin mentioned, you can catch Bohemian Rhapsody in theaters in November, I believe Kevin said. Holly.